Imagine a young boy born into poverty in early 20th century Italy, whose only dream was to race fast cars. This boy would grow up to create one of the most iconic and revered brands in automotive history, Ferrari. But before there was a prancing horse logo and roaring engines, there was Enzo Ferrari, a child from a modest family in Modena, whose determination and passion for racing would change the world of motorsport forever. Enzo Anselmo Ferrari was born on February 20th, 1898, in the heart of Modena, Italy, a city that would later become the epicenter of luxury car manufacturing. His father, Alfredo Ferrari, ran a small metalworking business, which provided a modest income for the family. And from a young age, Enzo was exposed to the world of machinery. His father's workshop, filled with the sounds of clanging metal and the smell of oil, became Enzo's playground. Here he developed an early fascination with how things worked, especially anything with wheels. Enzo's childhood, however, was far from idyllic. Despite his father's encouragement to explore his mechanical interests,
un pilota d'automobile e tutti gli atti sono stati una conseguenza di questo sogno dell'adolescente.
Enzo struggled in school. Traditional education bored him, and he often skipped classes to visit local workshops or, when possible, catch glimpses of the few automobiles that passed through Modena's streets. His real education, as he would later say, came from the world around him, the machinery in his father's workshop, the bustling streets of Modena, and the rare but thrilling races he attended. In 1908, at the age of 10, Enzo experienced the event that would forever shape his life. His father took him to the Bologna circuit to watch a car race. The powerful machines, the speed, the daring drivers, it all left a lasting impression on young Enzo. He returned home that day with a burning desire to become a part of the racing world, a dream that would drive him through the challenges to come. Tragedy struck the Ferrari family in 1916 when both Enzo's father and older brother, Dino, died during the influenza epidemic that swept through Europe. At just 18 years old, Enzo was suddenly thrust into the role of head of the family. The responsibility was immense, especially during such turbulent times. World War I was raging and Italy, like much of Europe, was in chaos. To support his family, Enzo enlisted in the Italian army, where he served in the Alpine artillery. The harsh realities of war, combined with the loss of his father and brother, weighed heavily on him. Enzo found himself battling not just the enemy, but also a severe case of pleurisy, a lung infection that nearly cost him his life. He was discharged from the army in 1918, physically weakened and emotionally scarred. As returning to a post-war Italy, Enzo found his hometown of Modena struggling to rebuild. The family's metalworking business had faltered in his absence, and jobs were scarce. Yet, despite these overwhelming challenges, Enzo's passion for cars and racing remained undiminished. In 1919, after months of searching, he secured a job as a test driver for CMN Costruzioni Meccaniche Nali, a small car manufacturer in Milan. It was a far cry from the glamorous world of racing he had dreamed of, but it was a start. More importantly, it was a way to stay connected to the automotive world. Enzo's determination and work ethic soon caught the attention of those around him. In 1920, his persistence paid off when he was offered a position as a race driver with Alfa Romeo, one of Italy's leading car manufacturers. This opportunity marked a turning point in his life and career. At Alfa Romeo, Ferrari quickly distinguished himself as more than just a driver. His deep understanding of cars, combined with his strategic mind, made him an invaluable asset to the team. Enzo was not content to simply drive, he wanted to be involved in every aspect of the racing process. He often worked closely with the engineers, offering feedback that helped improve the performance of the cars. His attention to detail and his ability to see the bigger picture set him apart from other drivers. Throughout the 1920s, Ferrari competed in several prestigious races across Europe. His most notable early victory came in 1923 at the Circuito del Savio. After winning the race, he was presented with a small charm by Countess Paulina, the mother of Francesco Baracca, a World War I flying ace and national hero. The charm bore the emblem of a prancing horse, the symbol that Baracca had painted on his planes. The Countess suggested that Enzo adopt the prancing horse as his emblem, believing it would bring him luck. Enzo agreed, and this symbol would later become the iconic emblem of Ferrari, representing speed, power, and victory. The founding of Scuderia Ferrari as Enzo's reputation as a driver and strategist grew, so did his ambitions. In 1929, he took a significant step forward by founding Scuderia Ferrari, a racing team that initially operated under the Alfa Romeo banner. The term Scuderia, meaning stable in Italian, was a nod to the prancing horse emblem and the team's focus on racing. Scuderia Ferrari was not just another racing team, it was a full-fledged racing organization complete with mechanics, engineers and support staff dedicated to one goal: winning. Under Ferrari's leadership, the team quickly became a dominant force in the racing world. Enzo's ability to inspire and motivate his team, combined with his strategic insights, led Scuderia Ferrari to numerous victories in the early 1930s. However, the global economic depression of the 1930s posed significant challenges. Many racing teams were forced to disband due to a lack of funding, and Scuderia Ferrari was not immune to these pressures. Yet, Enzo's determination never wavered. He sought out sponsorships, formed strategic partnerships, and even used his personal funds to keep the team operational. These difficult years tested Ferrari's resolve, but they also strengthened his reputation as a relentless and resourceful businessman. During his time with Alfa Romeo, Ferrari grew increasingly frustrated by the limitations of working under another company's banner. His dream of creating his own cars, vehicles that bore his name and embodied his vision of racing excellence, grew stronger with each passing year. In 1939, Ferrari made the bold decision to break away from Alfa Romeo and establish his own company, Automotive, in Modena. This was a daring move, especially given the uncertain times. However, the outbreak of World War II soon brought new challenges. With Italy deeply involved in the conflict, Ferrari's plans to manufacture cars had to be put on hold. Instead, Automotive shifted its focus to producing machine tools and aircraft parts to support the war effort. This period was frustrating for Ferrari, as it delayed his dream of building cars, but it also provided him with the time to refine his ideas and plan for the future. The war years were marked by hardship and uncertainty, but they also revealed Ferrari's resilience and ability to adapt. He kept his company afloat through sheer willpower and a determination to see his dream realized, no matter the obstacles. The birth of Ferrari. As soon as the war ended, Enzo Ferrari wasted no time in pursuing his dream with renewed vigor. In 1947, he introduced the first car bearing his name, the Ferrari 125S. This car was not just a vehicle, it was a statement of intent. Powered by a V12 engine, the 125S reflected Ferrari's commitment to excellence and his relentless pursuit of perfection. It was a car designed to win, and win it did. Ferrari's first major victory came in 1949 at the 24 Hours of Le Mans, one of the most prestigious races in the world. The Ferrari 166mm, driven by Luigi Chinetti and Lord Selsdon, took the checkered flag, marking the beginning of Ferrari's dominance in motorsport. This victory was a watershed moment for Ferrari, establishing the brand's reputation for high-performance sports cars and racing excellence. The prancing horse emblem, once a small charm given to a young driver, had become a global symbol of speed, luxury, and prestige. Enzo Ferrari's dream had become a reality, and the world was beginning to take notice. Enzo Ferrari's journey from a poor Italian boy to the founder of one of the most iconic automotive brands in history is a testament to his determination, passion, and vision. Throughout his life, Ferrari faced immense challenges: personal loss, economic hardship, and the devastation of war. Yet he never wavered in his pursuit of his dream. He was a man who refused to accept failure, who saw every obstacle as a challenge to be overcome. The story of how Enzo Ferrari turned a small workshop in Modena into a global symbol of speed and luxury is a reminder that no dream is too big, and no obstacle too great, for those who dare to follow their passions with relentless determination. Today, Ferrari is more than just a car brand, it's a legacy, a symbol of what can be achieved when passion meets perseverance.